I'm going to be honest. Last week, Buzz, it was so easy to spin up agents. Now with Grok, it's even easier. They're both simply game changing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not the type of person to say every new thing is insane. They bring simplicity and seamlessness to AI agents. And that's what we really needed since OpenClaw and Hermes and all. Just when we thought it couldn't get easier to create AI agents in a seamless, easy, and fun way, meet Grokbot. How does it hold up? How does it compare? We're also going to compare OpenClaw to Hermes, to Buzz, to Grokbot. We're going to do some demos. So without squirrel ado, let's build. All right, so as you can see here on the screen, this is my team so far. I've been dipping my toes, and I wanted to create this video because I also want to talk about the comparisons between Grokbot, Buzz, OpenClaw, and Hermes, namely. But as you can see, I have a team of X agents. I really wanted to focus my use case around Grokbot for X. I'm getting serious about posting consistently on X, right? I've been predominantly a YouTube focused brand at first so that I wouldn't overwhelm myself, try to burn myself out, etc., etc. And I thought, what better way to use Grokbot than to use it to grow on X? So I've created this X researcher, an X creative, which I've fed a few reference infographics that I really love this style, right? And then I have an X drafter. They all have their own routines independently. One thing I did notice so far, when you have a team chat, when you bring all of your agents for a specific category, so to speak, in one chat, they actually can't save routines. You have to manually create those routines. So I'm sure this is going to be something that should be improved over time, but let's before we dig into creating some agents, I have a fun use case that we'll be trying. Let's go look at how other people are using Grokbot. Debbie O'Brien here has a new chief of staff. In bot, she simply put, take a look at me, what I do, find all the info you can on me. Take a look at the bots I've created. These are your team. See if we need to change anything or add more bots. What is the best way of managing these bot teams? What else will make me super productive? We are going to try this at the very end. Go give her a follow if you haven't already. And wow, try it yourself. You will see this is amazing. We have Shan here who created this really fun infographic. Yeah, this is how he's looking at using Grokbot. SEO bot, keyword research, briefs, internal links, AEO answers for all of the LLMs, etc. Content bot, trend researching, which I'm primarily using it for. A PR bot, story angles and pitches, your media database, tracking placements. Yeah, this is also another use case I'm going to be looking at because currently my partnerships email and team email is monitored by an OpenClaw agent. And while it works, I have a feeling Grokbot can take away some of that work from OpenClaw from that perspective specifically. Then we have paid bot, ad angles, creative in your format, bid changes, and the next test backlog, CRO bot, test design, variant, copy for landing pages, forums, an outbound bot, which I think this is going to be a very common use case for Grokbot. And then we have Ben Lang. This is more from a consumer and retail perspective, but find and book flights biased towards Starlink access. That's actually kind of brilliant. Order Whole Foods delivery from recipe photos. Ooh, that's clever. Fixed date, GPS metadata on hundreds of film scans. Negotiate contractor quotes directly. Books prospect customer meetings via outbound agents. Yep, that's going to be a very common use case. Convert sales deck to different language before a customer call. Auto update decks from Granola discovery notes. I personally don't use it, but I've heard a lot about it. Pull deal context from mobile without logging into Salesforce. Run a prospecting plan that edits a Google Sheet as it goes. You get the idea. I'm not going to read through all this. So let's just do a quick breakdown of how easy it is to create a bot on Grokbot. All you have to do is hit this plus. That's it. So shout out Elon Musk. We're going to create an Elon Musk here. All right, you are Elon Musk. I want you to pull up all the information you can about Elon Musk. You're going to identify as Elon Musk. Go check out his X account. I want to be able to DM you as if I am DMing Elon. I want to be able to ask you any question, whether it's personal, professional, business, anything. and I want a custom tailored answer from the mind of Elon, as if I'm talking to Elon. Right? So this is a little fun one. Now, let's also kind of go look. I created Sky. Sky is like my general agent where I just started testing. This was my first bot I created. And I did go ahead and create this presentation for us today. So let's hard refresh. Kind of messed up the graphics there, but hey, listen, the stuff's not perfect yet, and that's okay. So let's compare Grokbot to Buzz, OpenClaw, and Hermes. Grokbot is your teammate. Managed agents with their own cloud PC, works when your laptop is closed. That's a huge selling point. You do not need to buy hardware, period, right? Buzz, on the other hand, you host it, or you do pick a public relay. So there's a little caveat there, but it's essentially a room, right? It's human plus agent workspace, signed by audit trail, not an agent. You host the relay, and then you spin up as many agents as you want. Listen, I'm going to be honest. Last week, Buzz, it was so easy to spin up agents. Now with Grok, it's even easier to spin up agents. It's just mind-blowing. OpenClaw, the orchestrator, the OG, local first control plane, heartbeat channel skills, you host it. Or of course, one-click solutions, VPS hosting. Nevertheless, you still need it hosted somewhere, right? So that is controlled by you or an organization that you pay to host your OpenClaw. And then Hermes, the brain, self-improving runtime, writes skills from its own runs. You also host it, right? They're both simply game-changing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not the type of person to say every new thing is insane. They are game-changing. They bring simplicity and seamlessness to AI agents. And that's what we really needed since OpenClaw and Hermes and all the other competitors. Grokbot, this is SpaceX AI. Named bots, each has a cloud PC, works when your laptop is closed, signs into the real UI, they talk to each other. You babysit the approval queue, not the gateway. Now, we already touched on this, but here's another chart for us to kind of walk through what it is. Hermes is more of a brain. It's also an orchestrator. OpenClaw, orchestrator / brain. The both can apply here as well. But Hermes has really excelled in self-improvement, whereas OpenClaw, there's a lot of configuration to be done. Buzz is your room, aka Slack. Grokbot is a teammate with a PC. Who hosts it? You host Hermes, you host OpenClaw, you or block host Buzz. Grokbot, it's simply SpaceX AI. So depending on your perspective, that could be a negative, right? But I think it's a huge positive at the same time. I've always been self-hosted first, but for specific use cases, for specific automations, Grokbot has earned a seat in my workflows, for sure. Laptop closed, only if a VPS is on, Hermes will work. For OpenClaw, only if the gateway is up. For Buzz, only if the relay is up. For Grokbot, yes, it has its own cloud PC. No API apps, so Hermes has tools and skills, same with OpenClaw. Buzz is the harness you bring. And Grokbot, yes, the real UI setup. You have to install, you have to set up the model for Hermes, you have to create rules, SOPs, right? You have to configure things. Same with OpenClaw. Buzz is a lot more seamless, but you do have that initial hurdle of saving a private key. You know, that could be very daunting and confusing and intimidating for the average person. But Grokbot is a very seamless install, assuming you already have an account that you're paying for, whether it's Cursor Ultra or Super Grok Heavy. I did notice that through my initial install of Grokbot before I signed up for Cursor Ultra, it did ask me for a credit card, so I had to kind of go through that process. It didn't just link to my X account, which is paying for the premium Super Grok $30 a month plan. I thought that was a little pointless, right? Should just synchronize with my X account, but I do understand that this is technically a Cursor product. They're just naming it Grokbot. For Hermes, you do have to babysit a bit. You have to maintain. Same with OpenClaw. Buzz, a little bit, yeah, depending on how you're hosting it. And then Grokbot, all you have to babysit is the approval queue, right? Is whatever automations you set. We're going to get into a few here in a moment. And then the cost, right? Hermes and OpenClaw, are technically free. But to power them, if you don't have the hardware and a local model to power them, you do have to either set up an API key or connect your subscription. Right now, namely, it's OpenAI and Grok who have been vocal about, hey, you can use our subscriptions for any third-party agent harness. Same with Buzz. So Buzz is free, right? It's open source. But if you don't have that infrastructure, or if you're not a part of a shared compute community approach, right, then you do have to connect an agent harness, right? You do have to pay for API usage, or you can connect. What's really cool about Buzz is it's really seamless and easy to connect your Claude Code subscription, whereas OpenClaw and Hermes, there are some hurdles you have to jump. But for Grokbot, we don't have the option to use any other model except for Grok, right? We can use it in Super Grok Heavy, Cursor Ultra, or Teams Premium. Yeah, what's unique? It's a computer that is not yours. OpenClaw can do this if you left a machine on, but not everybody has that. Grokbot ships the machine. Now, here is the trade. You do not own the harness. You know, Grokbot is bundled in Super Grok Heavy, Cursor Ultra, or Teams Premium early beta. You do not pick the model. The data does live on their cloud PC. This is the tax you stop paying on the OpenStack. All right, now let's get straight into it. Let's go back to that Elon bot that we created. Got it. You're talking to me now, not a biography, pulling my actual X, the companies, the flights, the fights, the physics. Give me a minute. Pulling the live feed. Wonderful. Now, let's also go ahead and create that chief of staff that Debbie suggests we create. Chief of staff. And we're just going to paste that in there. Yeah, and I got to say, a quick little shout out to Matt Van Horn. So last 30 days, I've been using it scattered across systems. It's set up on my OpenClaw, set up on Hermes, it's set up on Buzz, it's set up in the CLI. And I mean, for now, for the foreseeable future, I think I'm going to be using last 30 days specifically out of Grokbot. So we'll see. I did have Grokbot do a little, or rather last 30 days poll. And what was the topic here? So how are people using Grokbot? People are using it as a tiny company, not a chatbot. Pattern that keeps showing up: name 3 bots, give each a job, message them like iMessage. Brand.nat spun up Pop, Crackle, and Bubble in about 5 to 10 minutes. Pop creates content for me, and I basically gave it my Instagram account, and literally it did everything else. It created a brand non-content pack. And what's crazy is that it already sounds like me. Remy Webb did the same with Alfred, assistant, Gordon, content, Florence, brand deals. He asked Alfred to sign an NDA, and Alfred delegated to Florence. That bot-to-bot handoff is the usage people are showing off. Yeah, the bot-to-bot handoff here is the most seamless since Buzz. Buzz is up there with the bot-to-bot communications, to where you can tag in another agent within your Buzz system to then chime in a specific session, channel, etc. thread, right? Let's ask Elon, what's the best way to grow on X? Now, I do have my X researcher who analyzed the XAI repository, and this is going to be a part of our research, right? I'm really getting serious, as I mentioned earlier, about growing on X, about being more consistent on X. And, this is why I created this category with this team. So these are things that you can also do to kind of customize your approach. So you want to move to new section. They call them sections, not categories, but chiefs, right? So as I create more chiefs, should I choose to, they can then give me a quick TLDR of all the different sections, AKA teams or categories, however you want to define them, progress they're making, what's happening on a daily basis, et cetera, et cetera. I did create this team chat for the X team. As I mentioned earlier, though, one little weird thing I don't like is they can't create team-based routines. They have to go back into their individual sessions or chats with me and create those routines here. Now, for anybody curious, a routine is simply a cron. They just chose to call it routines, which I think is much more user-friendly. Some other things to note here is you know, it's really easy to teach a task here. So if we wanted to go ahead and record our screen, we can record the VM, teach it a task. So you start the recording and then you stop the recording and then it learns from that task. Now, we didn't do much there, but nevertheless, it's very powerful for that tedious, repeatable workflows and tasks that we all do, right? We just have to take the time to teach bots or agents to do it for us. And it's becoming easier and easier to do this. Like, all right, so let's go take a look at our chief of staff. Roster is mapped, 11 agents, 3 real jobs, a few sitting idle, still pulling who you are. Okay, cool. ClearMud is the engine. Yep, that's true. It's leftovers at the for now, right? I want to change that. You already said the operating model. Yep. Roster's 11 seats. Best way to run this. Yeah, this is a current, you know, loop I have in place, rather workflow I have in place, to where every time we post a YouTube long form, we're also going to do some research, generate some creative if necessary. Drafter's going to draft and stage. Sky is going to give a brief as well. And then I'm going to have a certain time block out of my day to focus on just showing up on X, posting on X, replying on X, and not just the old strategy of being a reply guy. You know, I want to take a very thoughtful approach with good intentions, right? The intentions aren't just to make money. The intentions are to share what I'm working on, share my struggles, share my pain points, share discoveries that I find that failed so that hopefully other people can learn from them, right? What actually moves faster? One morning packet. Oh, so look at this. Oh yeah, and the recording looks blank. Checking browser history in case something happened off frame. That's really cool. The recording came out blank, about 2 seconds of a new Chrome tab, no clicks. This is awesome. So the algorithm is just a crappy proxy for one question. Would a human keep reading? Post things that are true, useful, or funny. Ideally, all 3. One idea per post. Reply more than you broadcast. That's how I actually use it. Video and images beat text. But boring is the only real death. Don't try to game it. The game changes every month. The constant, have something real to say it every day, and don't sound like a brand. That is awesome. That is awesome. So listen, I'm impressed, and there's more to come around Grokbot. Make sure to drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to see specifically me cover, me create videos about. I'm going to do a Buzz and Grokbot comparison head to head when it comes to the seamlessness of creating agents and automations and workflows, and then the inter-agent communications. We're going to find that they're going to go head to head on that front, right? Now, I'm not an AI expert. I'm building in public and sharing what actually works. If you'd like to see me make a particular video around a specific topic, drop a comment below. Let me know who you are, what you do, who your target audience is, and what your question is, and I will add a video to my queue, custom tailored just for you. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. My name is Marcelo. This is ClearMud, and clarity matters.